How y'all doing? This is Nathaniel Swopes of Swope Center. Today I wanted to talk about Patrice O'Neal and Dante Nero and their amazing uh, radio show, the Black Phillip Show. One of the first things I want to say about the Black Phillip Show is it was definitely the beginning of podcasting and the way kind of the format of podcasting is. Even in one of the episodes of the Black Phillip Show, I believe it was Danny, if I'm not mistaken, they were saying that how Patrice would just kind of go on and go on and talk and talk and talk, and he would not kind of go to the next subject or kind of like follow things in order. And what Patrice O'Neal said was like the conversation that we're having amongst each other is it's organic, and if we touch on something that's interesting, we should keep talking about it. We shouldn't cut it off just to go to the next subject because we're only going to spend 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and go to the next show. And that's what made the Black Phillip radio show so amazing. Is Patrice or Dante or some of the guests could get on a roll and they would just keep going, and it, as far as like the comedy and the hilarious moments or the very serious moments talking about life and about with women. And again, I think the Black Phillip show was the beginning of podcasting, kind of set the way for how podcasting is today. If it's organic and we're just having a great conversation, we should definitely keep the keep it going, because that's what makes having conversations so amazing. You know what I'm saying? And so deep or so funny and so hilarious. So, um, what Patrice O'Neal and Dante Nero created was definitely gold. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it definitely set the premises for what podcasting is today. And I've stated before about Dante Nero. One of the biggest points I've learned from the Black Phillip show is when Dante Nero talked about as far as how to talk to women. And, they always discuss what's the best ways. And Patrice O'Neal would usually say he would say something to get a woman angry because a woman's anger is love. And which is true. I've had, recently at work, at my side job, I'm doing security, and me and this girl got into an argument because she felt I wasn't listening to her. And after the argument, she was, talking to me more and gave me a hug and say that, we had an argument like we in a relationship. She's like, "You my man now." And after the argument, she actually wanted to be closer to me because, like Patrice O'Neal said, because I made her show so much emotion, and almost in like translation, for a woman to show a lot of anger is almost like her showing a lot of love. And but back to like Dante Nero said when you're talking to a woman, uh, I'm guessing he's in reference to mostly African American women, but start off with a compliment. And I've noticed, especially with African American women, even if they're walking with like a mean face or they're looking down, or if you start off with a compliment like, "Oh man, them some nice shoes," or "Man, that's a nice jacket," "Man, your hair is beautiful," it really opens them up. They start smiling, they make eye contact. It kind of changes the whole way the conversation goes. So that's one of the biggest things that I learned from the show is when talking to women, starting off with a compliment. And also one of the big things listening to Patrice O'Neal and Dante Nero is making yourself your happiness is number one. And a lot of times when I talk to women, is I was thinking that I had to put their happiness over mine, and I had to make them number one. And a lot of times at the beginning of the Black Phillip show, he said that his girl was number four in his life. Number one was him, number two was his career, number three was his mother, and then number four was his girl. And I remember a lot of times, especially in college, or even when I was engaged about 5 years ago, I would put her first, and it ended up not working out. And to be honest, at the end of that relationship, you're hurt a lot more because you're putting that woman before anything. And for the last couple of years, I've been putting my happiness first. You know what I'm saying? And it's worked out, and then that woman can decide if she want to be in my life or not. You know what I'm saying? And they talked a lot about not being in the friend zone and making your intentions of what you want to do with that woman up front. And sometimes depending on the woman I meet, sometimes I've still kind of gotten caught up with the friend zone thing and just trying to get better at making my intentions and saying what I really want. And the main thing is just not being afraid to say what you want. You know what I'm saying? And let them decide if they want to, be with you or not. And I'm still learning from the show. So I still go back and learn more and more about the show, um, and learning that once you put your happiness first and you decide what you're gonna do with certain things, if you're happy, then she's happy. You know what I'm saying? And by putting yourself first, she's going to be even happier because you're happy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm starting to learn it even with the dating thing. And even now, I still kind of like when a girl's like, man, I want to go out. I'm kind of like, all right, so where you want to go? And I see that as I'm still getting older and still learning. That a lot of women just, even though they don't want to pick the spot, they want you to pick the spot. So I got to do a better job when I meet women and tell them, look, this is where we going, this is where we eating at, and this is what it's gonna be, and being a better leader. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to that. But the main thing, learning from Patrice and Dante is just about confidence. And you kind of see, like, when you listen to different people, when you listen to Kevin Samuels, you listen to Patrice O'Neal, you listen to Dante Nero. A lot of them are saying the same things. Like, I watched a documentary on Dante Nero, how he was training to fight, how he took salsa class and stuff like that. But, just learning to be a man and learning to be, a top male, to not be messed with, being confident, learning to fight, training yourself, doing different things to be in different places and meet different women. And even with Patrice O'Neal, like, notice, like, him, like, man, go out, look presentable. Like, he would say these things without saying. Like, Kevin Samuels would promote this stuff all the time, say, wear a suit on Saturdays, this and that. Even Patrice O'Neal, and I believe it was Danny again, or Drew Boogie, I'm not sure. I think it was Danny, how he would tell Danny to kind of stop showing up to the show with kind of regular or clothes. Like, you need to dress up sometime. You need to come with a nice coat. You need to come with a nice shirt. You need to come with a hat on. And I remember when they were talking about, you know what I'm saying, Two Girls, One Cup, when Patrice O'Neal said, man, I got to wear this nice coat. I got to wear this nice shirt, nice hat. I got to have earrings on, braces, and, stuff like that. Just to figure out if you want to go out and want to be with me, look how much men have to do. And that's just like valuing yourself more. And just like I said, like that, Kevin Samuels and Patrice O'Neal pretty much saying the same thing. Like, man, go out, be presentable, look nice, dress up, wear nice things, but not only just for women, but for yourself, so you feel good, so you look good. And another big thing with, like, myself, I'm a big dude. I'm about 6'6", 300 pounds. So a lot of times I'll get down about my weight, and things like that. But one of the things was so great about Patrice and Dante, like, they're big dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, Patrice O'Neal was like 6'4", 6'5", about 300 pounds. I think Dante's about 6'3", 6'4", about like 260, 280. And they're just like, you just need to be confident and believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? And what you have and who you are, because you're confident, a lot of women like what you have over another man just because that man is fit and this and that. Yes, another woman may like that, but if you're confident, you're constantly talking to women, another girl may like that you're a big dude. You know what I'm saying? And he's right, because I'll talk to some women, they're like, oh my God, you're so big. You know what I'm saying? I love that, you're soft and this and that. So if you're confident, you're talking to women, you're gonna meet the type of women that likes your type. So just continue, even if you're a big dude, just continue to be confident. You know what I'm saying? Each and every year I'm doing a better job of looking nice and things like that. But, with all that being said, like, I just want to thank, the late great Patrice O'Neal. I want to thank Dante Nero for how they changed the game of radio and podcasting, and how they continue to help people. Like, the Black Phillip Show continues to help people, 10, 20 years afterwards. And Dante Nero, he still podcasts, he still has his own show, and he's still helping men doing consultations. So I just want to thank them for all that they do for the Black community. I want to thank them for everything they do for men out here. 'Cause, like Patrice would say, You know, it's men out here hurting. We trying to figure it out. It's a lot of men out here want to be in relationships, want to be married, and they trying to figure out how to deal with women. And I appreciate y'all, taking those sacrifices to help men and to help men be better people and to help men deal with women. You know what I'm saying? And help us a lot of big guys to have confidence in yourself and who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you won't look like the other dude, just have confidence in yourself and women will feed off that. You know what I'm saying? So again, thank you, Patrice O'Neal. Thank you, Dante Nero. This is Nathaniel Swopes of Swope Said signing out. You all have a good one.